Have you ever tried to stop thinking about one thought and it just got louder? You tell yourself, let it go. But an hour later, you're still replaying the same moment, wondering why your own mind won't let you rest. Psychologists often connect this behavior to something called the unfinished loop. In simple words, it means your brain keeps a thought on repeat until it feels finished or safe. It is not trying to punish you, it is trying to solve something. Your brain labeled that one thought as unresolved, as important, and so it refuses to file it away. This is the core of the psychology of overthinking. But why does this happen? For some, this pattern began early in life. They learned that worrying meant being prepared. If I think about it enough, I will be safe. So their brain never learned how to switch off. For others, one painful experience changed everything. They missed a detail once, they were criticized, or they felt embarrassed, and their brain decided, never again. Now they check every thought, again and again, just to be sure. And there are those who care so deeply about the people in their lives, they replay conversations to make sure they did not hurt anyone. They worry about saying the wrong thing. They smile, but inside, something else entirely. What does life feel like inside their mind? They often think, just one more thought and I will figure it out, then I can rest. But one thought becomes 10, and 10 becomes a quiet storm that follows them through the whole day. They wonder if something is wrong with them. They tell themselves they should be calm. They count the reasons they should be okay. But their body still feels tense. Their chest still feels tight. Psychologists sometimes connect this to the Zeigarnik Effect. In simple terms, it means your mind remembers unfinished tasks far better than finished ones. That one thought feels unfinished. So your brain refuses to let it go, not because you are broken, but because it is trying to keep you ready. If you watch carefully, the signs are often easy to miss. They replay the same conversation from yesterday as if it is happening right now. They feel tired all day, but wide awake the second they try to rest. They answer, I'm fine, while their mind is quietly running in another direction. If you watch closely, the signs are often familiar. But there is another side to this story. Psychology reminds us that overthinking is not proof that your mind is broken, and it is not proof that you are weak. Sometimes, it is simply a sign that your nervous system has been in protection mode for too long. And if you want to know how to stop racing thoughts, you do not win by arguing with the thought. You win by showing your brain that the loop is now closed. So here is a simple practice. I call it the 3-minute thought capture. You only need a piece of paper. 1. Name it. Silently say to yourself, this is an unfinished loop, not a fact. 2. Write it. For 60 seconds, empty the loop onto paper. Do not try to fix it. Do not try to make it pretty. Just empty it. 3. Close it. Then, close the notebook and say, I have captured this for tomorrow. My mind no longer has to hold it tonight. You are not ignoring the thought. You are giving your brain permission to let go, because it now knows the thought is safe somewhere else. If this feels like you, lying awake with that one looping thought, you are not strange. And you are certainly not alone. Millions of people quietly experience this every single night, and simply naming it is where healing begins. So tonight, you do not need to have all the right answers. You do not need to win the argument with your thought. You just need to show your nervous system that this moment is safe enough to release control. Sometimes the first step toward peaceful sleep is simply believing that your mind no longer has to stay awake to keep you safe. Psychology reminds us that real healing rarely begins with having all the right answers. Sometimes it begins with one safe conversation, even if that conversation is with yourself, on a piece of paper.